Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a French butter keeper on the pottery wheel. I get a lot of questions about this one when I post these to my Instagram stories. It's a fun gift, it's a really unique little thing, and it's very charming. The base like this has the butter that goes on the inside, and then you have a nice lid that goes right on top, and you store your butter in there. It's great to have on your counter. It's a nice looking little thing, and it can also go in your fridge. The key is to make sure the sizes are right, and also to make sure that when you put the glaze on, it doesn't get so thick that you're not able to put these together. So it's a little tricky, but I'll show you how I do it here. I've got them in a few different stages. I've got this one here. This one I just recently did. I trimmed it, and now it's just drying out. It's greenware, ready to go in the kiln to become bisqueware. After that, I'll glaze it, and I'll glaze it like this, where I just dip it in a white glaze so the inside is smooth for the butter, and then just the interior of here is smooth, and the outside will be kind of raw. It'll be like a speckled, brown speckled with some grog in it, which is nice. So I'll show you how. We're going to start with the base. Kind of try to center this. Finding lately that I have some days where I can really center things well, and some days where I just really can't. It's interesting. Some days you just got it, and some days you don't. You gotta just keep coming back. Pretty centered here. Now we'll make our hole. Deep, fairly deep, and pull it out. Compress it so the lip doesn't get too thin. Pressing it down and making the base lip, which is a little bit tricky. Make sure you've got lots of water. Press that in so it doesn't get too wide. And then if it gets a little down over the top. Make an even top. This one out a little bit more, make it any bigger, and just do a little bit more of this butter keeper pot. Press down the top. And you can make all different sizes here, which is kind of fun. Like little ones, big ones. I find that you don't want to have too much butter in here because it'll go bad if it sits on the counter for too long. So you kind of want to have enough for about one stick at most. I feel like my top is getting a little uneven. So what I like to do in that case is I'll either leave it and trim it later, or I'll trim it now. So once I get it to the thinness I like, I'll kind of look at it and decide. I think it's at a point where I can just put my little needle in here and trim it off. Okay, smooth out the top. Compress. Get that sponge and get up any excess moisture. Make sure you sponge out the inside. All right, now one thing you want to do is measure this so that you know the width and can match the lid accordingly, and leave yourself some space because you're going to have some glaze. So I want it to be just about that. I'm giving myself about 1/4 inch on each side to account for the glaze. And then this portion will be the inside of my lid. You want to make the lid and the base at the same time because the clay will contract as it dries. And so it'll be harder to measure once one is dried. Okay, we're going to cut that off the base. We do that so that it dries more easily. It's easier to trim. We'll let this dry for about 24 hours uncovered, and it'll be ready to trim at that point. If you are going to leave it any longer than 24 hours, you're going to need to cover it in plastic, and that plastic will keep it from drying too much. You want to be able to still trim it easily. All right, now we've got our top piece. We're going to make that. Once again, it's about 3/4 pound. Starts to slide, just put your finger at the base and kind of stick it by pressing some of the bottom clay into that vat. All right. it's centered. Now we're going to press into the center and draw it out. Now with the lid, the trick is you want to get as right an angle as possible. So start by getting deep enough and then slowly work your way out. Now as you work your way out, you want to make sure you're compressing the top and also working with the sides to make sure the sides stay even. You want to just be careful that when you're pulling out, you're not causing it to become uneven. That'll make it harder and it'll eventually just fall apart on you. So we're slowly working our way out here. Make sure you have enough water. Compress. Use the sides. Okey-doke. Before I go too far up, I'm going to measure with my little tool to make sure that my inside matches my outside. So this is close. I want it to come out a little bit further. It always surprises me how it needs to go out a lot further than you think. So you really want to compress that bottom, pull it out as much as you can. All right, now we're going to work our way up. Feeling a little bit wide to me, so I'm gonna work it with my hands to get it a little bit narrower. Just gently put pressure evenly on all sides. And if it starts to feel a little bit uneven, that's okay. Once again, we'll just trim the top. It happens, and I have days where I just can't quite seem to center things, and so it causes the top to be just a little bit uneven. All right, compress. Press the bottom here, make sure it goes out. I'm just going to measure one more time. That's perfect. It's going to give me plenty of room for my glaze. So once again, I'm going to let this rest for 24 hours. And I'm going to come back and trim it, let it dry out, and glaze it. It may not look like much at this moment, but once it dries, trimming it really transforms it. And the key is just really using some sort of ruler to make sure that your outside will fit and sync with your inside. So that's it. Super simple. We'll let this dry for 24 hours. You always want to sponge it down if you can. I guess I forgot to do that. Just get any of that excess clay to just make it easier tomorrow once you trim. All right. So in a few hours, a few short hours, maybe 24 hours, we're gonna have something that will just need to be trimmed, and as it dries, will look like this. And then once again, we'll glaze it, like so. And then once it's glazed, it will look like this. So that's a French butter keeper. Post any comments you have or questions you have right in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials and tips like this. Thanks, guys.